Look at this image and now look at this image. Can you spot the difference? It's the direction in which the priest is facing while celebrating the Mass. The two forms of Holy Mass are called versus populum, which translates from Latin to towards the people, and ad orientem, which translates from Latin to the east. But why are we talking about this right now? Because this one difference had created dissent in the Syro-Malabar Catholic Church in Kerala. But finally there seems to be a sort of truce among these dissenting factions. So bear with me while I explain what this is all about. The celebration of Mass facing the people was officially encouraged after the Second Vatican Council way back in the early 1960s. But the more traditional and historic practice of facing east is still permitted in the Reformed Mass, and it is normative for the traditional Latin Mass. Now, to appease all parties concerned, there is a unified Mass system in place. I talked to Father Ajimon George earlier, who explained what this unified Mass system is.
Holy Mass facing the people has started in the Church after the Second Vatican Council. Second Vatican Council is actually a reviving council in the history of the Catholic Church. This council exhorts or invites all Catholics to face the challenges of the new millennium and the new world. And the council used the word argiamento, that means the revival of the church. And they began to celebrate Holy Mass facing the people. It means that the church celebrates the most important prayer with the cooperation or the participation of the whole community. The Second Vatican Council defines the church as the people of God. Until that, the church were defined as a hierarchical mode. That means Jesus, Pope, cardinals, bishops, priests, and the faithful. And the Second Vatican Council redefines what is the meaning of the church. And it defined that Catholic Church is the people of God. So, the highest prayer in the church should be in participation or in communion with the whole people or the whole community.
Now, that sounds reasonable, right? Yet, this is where the whole ad orientem and versus populum controversy arises. Now, let's go back a little bit more in time. In 2016, it was called upon to return to the authentic custom of offering the Mass ad orientem, that is facing the altar, as a way of putting God back at the center of Christian worship according to the church. But certain sections of Syro-Malabar Church wanted to continue with the versus populum model to include the community. Father Ajimon also explained this to me.
After Second Vatican Council, the Archbishop of Ernakulam Ankamali, Cardinal Parekattil, began this view of the Mass facing the people. And there was another fraction in Changanasheri province, headed by Archbishop Joseph Pauvathil. They are having the idea of Orthodox view. According to them, the church should go back to the beginning, that means the traditions. So this is basically, that means the present Holy Mass controversy is basically between two ideas. One is Orthodox view, the other one is progressive view. Now, what is happening in here is the Orthodox groups is predominance in the synod, that is the legislative body of the Syro-Malabar Church.
Now, even though Pope Francis has settled the dispute by ordering that all Syro-Malabar dioceses throughout the church celebrate the holy sacrifice of the Mass ad orientem, it is still under dispute. This means together the priests and the people have to look to the east, from where, according to the apostolic tradition, the second coming of the Lord is expected. But certain dioceses of the Syro-Malabar Church were not ready to do that, going as far as to ask for exemption from this rule. According to Father Ajimon George, this was done to keep the tradition adopted by Malayali Christians who would like to hold on to their distinctive culture.
They are trying to implement the tradition of the Chaldean Church. this Chaldean church is based in Baghdad, Iraq, and the Middle East area. And the people of Kerala don't want to follow the rubrics put forward by the Chaldean church, because we have our own identity. We are Keralians and Indians. We have a tradition of a great culture. Why do we follow a culture of other land? Jesus Christ doesn't dictate any culture, any language. And now that means those who are those who want the Chaldean culture, now they want to implement the Suryani language, that means Syriac language, in Syro-Malabar. They are changing the prayers from Malayalam to Syrian songs, prayers. See, these things are it's a cultural inversion, cultural infiltration. This is against our culture.
Both ad orientem and versus populum have their own champions, not just within the Syro-Malabar Church but across the world. Both sides make compelling arguments to celebrate Holy Mass either towards the people or towards the East. In Syro-Malabar Church though, finally there seems to be some sort of truce, with both groups agreeing on a way to conduct the Mass peacefully during the St. Thomas's feast on July 3rd, 2024 according to the unified Holy Mass system. The peace formula, reached after several hiccups, rests centrally on at least one Holy Mass being celebrated in the unified formula on Sundays and days of obligations or special days in all churches in the Archdiocese. Father Ajimon explained this system also to me.
The consensus is the at least one Mass on every Sundays should be in synodal form. One Mass. And on major feast days, one Mass, Holy Mass, should be in synodal form. And on other days and other Masses on Sundays can be facing the people. That means they indirectly approved the need of the Ernakulam Ankamali Archdiocese. They consented or agreed to continue their aspiration for Mass facing the people. So synodal formula is first part facing the people, that means the liturgy of the word. Second part, liturgy of the bread, facing the altar, and again the final or the conclusion facing the people. Okay, this formula that means created by the synod, a special formula or a compromised formula. This they want to implement in the church.
What do you think of this controversy itself? Do you think that the church should make Holy Mass uniform across all geographies? Please let us know in the comment section below. And if you like this video, please give a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to our channel. I am Prija Arvind and thank you for watching India Today SoSouth.